7197. Your views, our interviews on Spectrum, Radio 1 FM 90.
A very warm welcome. This is Spectrum on Radio 1. My name is Hon Joseph Sewungu. On Spectrum tonight, teachers threaten strike action. What reasons are they advancing to justify this action?
Today, teachers issued a fresh ultimatum to government, threatening to go on a sit-down strike on the 27th of this month.
Demands are not immediately addressed. Their key concern is the poor remuneration that teachers continue to get, even with the current economic hardships occasioned by steeply rising prices. The teachers demand a 100% salary raise and ask for a revision of the pay-as-you-earn threshold, as well as a hard-to-reach areas allowance that they say has always been promised but not delivered. A week ago, teachers made a similar demand that was watered down by the Ministry of Education, which indicated that their pay cannot be raised because of budgetary constraints. But the teachers are insisting that the government has said that it has the money. In fact, the president, they say, has on several occasions indicated that the economy is healthy and capable of sustaining the demands of its workforce. The demands by the teachers are also being echoed by other public servants, although they have not yet gathered the courage to go public. Recently, Workers MP Theopista Sentongo Nabulia indicated in Parliament that the Ugandan government must revise salaries of all public servants across the board or suffer a mass strike. However, does it make sense to make such demands when the country is facing hard economic times? 1, 2, are the demands attainable? Looking at the budget of the Ministry of Education, we are also going to ask tonight, have the teachers exhausted all avenues before resorting to strike action? So basically, these are the questions that will form the basis of our debate tonight. Our guests, Hon Joseph Sewungu, a Member of Parliament for Kalungu West and the former Vice Chairman of the Uganda National Teachers Union. You're most welcome, Hon Sewungu.
Thank you.
We also have Mr. Agrey Kibenge, spokesman for the Ministry of Education and Sports. You're most welcome, Mr. Kibenge.
It's my pleasure, Edmond.
We also have Mr. Experito Kisekka, who is in charge of the welfare and disputes at the Uganda National Teachers Union. You're most welcome, Mr. Kisekka.
You're most welcome.
Honorable Sewungu, is it, you say you're going on strike starting on the 27th. Can you give us a picture of why you want to go on strike?
Yeah, thank you, Edmond. Now, allow me to give you some background of teachers in Uganda, or before UPE came. In 1996, fortunately, for me, I'm one of those people who started teaching as licensed teachers. And what's meant by licensed teacher is that person who finishes senior 4 and goes to teach without any qualification. It was after I had started teaching that I went to attend the grade 3 as an in-service teacher. Now, when UPE was coming in 1996, parents were contributing some money towards teachers under what we call Parents Teachers Association. That's the money which was helping teachers to get house allowances and transport allowances. Then on top of that, government would pay salary. But again, the parents' payments, PTA, was higher than government salary. So at the end of the month, these teachers would come and get salary from the government, which was minimal, which was not enough, and the money from parents. And there came in UPE. When the Kawanga Semogerere, the former Vice President General of DP Emeritus, said that he was going to introduce UPE in Uganda with the 2 children, per parent, per family actually. Incidentally, there came with a bandwagon which said that now we will educate 4. So politics took on the side of UPE. Now, when UPE began in 1997, government did not substitute what parents were paying before to cater for all those eventualities. Because remember, in Uganda, the public sector of Ministry of Education is here, we tell you, we don't have enough teachers' houses everywhere. And since 1997, this thing has continued. So, in the same reason, these teachers persisted teaching, continued teaching up to the present time. In 2005, I led a demonstration. And actually, by that time, the minister was Honorable Nyobi Temu. He said that teachers were just making noise. Teachers were doing this. He gave so many statements on this radio down there. And incidentally, we said we shall work with you. We made a strike. We moved in Kampala. The president invited us to Rajpura. Was it Bafula? No, Chisos. We went there. We explained with the commissioners, the Minister of Finance, that was Suruma, and the rest. We informed them every situation in Uganda. And at that particular meeting, the president ordered them to increase our money. Mr. Suruma refused. Until he ordered by force that he pay increase teachers by giving them 50,000 increment. That was the first increment in Uganda, I think, since independence, which was 50,000. We came from 150 to 200,000. Now, there came in the threshold. Teachers persisted, continued working. Nurses went on strike. Others, they were getting their pay rising. The teachers continued teaching until things ran out of hand, as you can see now. If you look at my press release today, I have given an alternative of the money we expect teachers to get. And nobody can debate against that money.
What do you mean? Tell us how much you want to get.
It's the minimum. We say 547,000 shillings. Whereby we are saying, let a teacher buy posho. Let a teacher buy beans and black tea without sugar. Let him spend 8,000 per day for the 30 days with his family. And that gives him 240,000. Transport, 2,500 per day. Who can use that money in Kampala now? You move from Chirek up here. Teachers move from far distance areas to come to Kampala. We said, housing allowance, let them get 95,000. Because government is not giving that. It's not giving that.
Why it is not giving it?
It's because they have not minded about teachers. I was in military police. I started teaching military police. The first thing they gave me in military police was a uniport. And I was getting a basin of posho and the bowl of soap that I taught. And again, things had to change from there. So, when you look at house allowance of 90,000, this is a garage in Kampala. There is no power there. Now, where are these people surviving from? But then, you are talking about performance of children. You are putting their conditions on the teachers. If children fail, we are going to do this. We are going to terminate your services. But you are not delivering. Ugandan children, the UPE child is getting 2,000 shillings per term. This is on record. You just go to the school, get there is a notice board. Look at the money the government is giving to the UPE school, 500 children. Divide that money by the children in the school. You see they are giving these children. Now, here we come, go and read the presidential press address, national state address. Look at the budget address after they read the budget. Uganda's budget, it says we are supporting ourselves by 72%. Now, if Uganda is supporting itself by 72%, what makes teachers not get that money? Rwanda is supporting itself by 46%. And teachers are running out of Uganda going to Rwanda. Teachers are running out of Uganda going to Kenya and Tanzania. They are in Sudan. Now, we are asking ourselves, if we are in the East African Cooperation, why is Kenya paying teachers well? Why is Tanzania paying teachers well? And Rwanda and Uganda is left out? Those are the questions. Very clear statement. But you see the problem, we met these people. I was supposed to be with them. I kept off. We are dodging each other. Let us solve this problem for once and for all. We want the CBA out.
What is CBA?
It is the collective bargaining agreement, where we agree with the government that we need this money, they pay us. This union, we started the union not because we wanted to know just going for teachers' days everywhere. Every year, teachers' day in Masaka, teachers' day, we invite Mr. Kibenge, invite the minister, we go away. But when teachers are sorry, when you read, as I wind up, because I'm not on, we are three, you go and read the teacher's code of conduct from Sycamore. This is a professional man. He says a teacher must be smart. He should not even wear a shirt which is torn on the collar. Shoes must not have torn what? They must be smart. But is that the image we are getting? So why do we deceive people that we are teaching children when teachers are actually there riding borders? They run out of class, they go for borders. They run out of class, they go to instruct people to run out of class. They run out of class, they go to Iraq to become security guards. This is what we are trying now to build, and we want it to come to an end. I'm a man who was in the blackboard. I was teaching in the class. Mr. Kibenge knows it, Kisekka, and I'm still on the blackboard. Every Monday I must go to class.
Even though you are in parliament?
Even though I'm in parliament. Because I know people tell lies. When you lose parliament, you can never be employed anywhere. No, these are 5 years. I will go back and teach the P1 child as I've been teaching. Because that's my profession. That's my job.
Alright. So you're saying the current salary is 260,000?
260, and it is taxed also.
Let me show you the taxation. What's the net that you get?
Pay as you earn, 24,000 shillings. It's taxed.
How much do you get at the end of all this?
At the end of this is 235,000.
So that's the teacher gets a net of 235,000. And what do you want to have now?
At least 546,000.
Is that net or gross?
Net gross.
Net or gross?
Net. But even if let them take off their pay as you earn and the rest. Okay. Because we are saying let them have the threshold starting from at least 300,000.
All right. Mr. Kibenge, is that unrealistic?
Well, I must thank Hon Sewungu for airing the concerns of the teachers, which concerns had ably already been articulated by the leadership of the Uganda National Teachers Union, the current leadership. Because as you heard, Hon Sewungu is now in Parliament, and on 4th of this month, the Honourable Minister of Education and Sports, Jessica Lupo, at a request by UNATU, convened a meeting at the Ministry of Education and Sports headquarters, which I was fortunate to attend, and we had a discussion, and many of the issues that are being raised were presented in written form, and we discussed each of them. On 9th, I think after the meeting with Honorable Alupo, which we considered very helpful to both parties, because Honorable Alupo is a new minister in the Ministry of Education and Sports. As you know, this is it's a key sector with a lot of issues and challenges, and Honorable Alupo, in getting everything under her stride, gave audience. Amongst the various groups he has met was UNATU. He met UNATU first. By that time, even the declaration of a strike was not on the cards, from our understanding, because all that these people put forward to him were issues regarding remuneration, regarding payment of allowances to teachers, regarding reducing the threshold of pay as you earn, because the teachers are getting low pay. And at the end of the meeting, we thought we had agreed. In fact, UNATU wrote immediately after the meeting to confirm the record of our meeting, which I thought was also done in good spirit. On 9th, UNATU had a meeting, and it's from that meeting that we were shocked to learn that people we had met a few days before were now calling for a strike. 9th was, I think, a Saturday. First thing on Monday, because we are in touch with the UNATU leadership on a regular basis, even in terms of the meetings of the ministry, we operate in such a way that there are consultative fora within the ministry where even UNATU is represented. When we are discussing the budget for the education sector, UNATU sits with us in the ministry and knows what is on table, knows how it is being apportioned, knows what has to wait for this, for the next financial year, or cannot be accommodated within the provisions. So we are continuously interfacing with UNATU. So on 9th, when the leadership of UNATU issued that statement, first thing, Monday 11th, I personally called the UNATU leadership, and I said, I'm hearing this from the media, is it correct? Then they said, yeah, it's true. You know, after that meeting, some of our colleagues went ahead, called a press conference, and felt that in the meeting we had not done justice to the issues that were presented. And I said, no, but our doors are open. We operate public offices, and if there are still issues that are outstanding, please come back and let's understand what these issues are. So that's how we fixed a meeting on 15th. We agreed to a meeting on Friday 15th. And we had a long meeting from 2:30 up to 6. And to this meeting, which was chaired by the Honourable Minister in charge of primary education, Dr. Kamanda Watalingaya, he extended an invitation to his colleague, Honourable Sezi, who is the Minister of State in charge of public service, because of the importance we attach to the teachers, first of all, and also the desire to address conclusively the issues that were raised. Because in the meeting of 4th, we had indicated to them that almost all the issues that were being raised, although education is the line sector for the teachers, all the issues that were being raised to us to solve as the Minister of Education and Sports, were not within our jurisdiction. If you're talking of wage for public officers, which teachers are, it's not a matter that the Minister of Education and Sports can unilaterally decide on. In fact, wage is not even something that we can change or alter within the budget for the sector. Wage is determined by the Ministry of Public Service in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, and it's for all public workers, public officers.
Right.
So we indicated this to them, but from the meeting of 9th, it was apparent that increment of teachers' salaries remained a sticky issue. So we thought that public service would join us and help in generating consensus in terms of helping UNATO leadership explain to the teachers what the issues are and what the due process would be of addressing many of these concerns. They raised the concern over the payment of allowances which government granted to scientists. And we had the circular issued by the Ministry of Public Service, which indicated, first of all, a rise in salary of public officers, including teachers, with effect from July of last year. Ministry of Public Service indicated that teachers who were in the lowest category, and those are the grade 3s, were moved from 210,000 to 273,000 with effect from last year, which represented a 30% increment. For all the other cadres or scales, salary scales, the increment was only 5%. The teachers got a 30% increment. Those at the lowest level, that's the entry point for a grade 3 teacher. So we went through all these issues, and we said the budget for this financial year has just been read in June. And in, I think, the Minister of Finance, when she was reading the budget, there was no indication whatsoever that there would be provision for salary enhancement. Because on our part, as Minister of Education, we don't have money aside that we can use to increase salaries. In any case, it's not our mandate.
All right, so they're talking to the wrong. They should go to the Ministry of Public Service.
And Public Service was there to interface with us.
Okay.
Now, quickly, the point I want to make is that after the meeting of Friday 15th, where we did agree with UNATO, we set timelines on what everybody should do, what Ministry of Public Service was to do, in terms of putting in place the collective bargaining agreement as provided for by the law, which is within the mandate, once again, of the Ministry of Public Service. Public Service committed itself that they were going to work with the ministry responsible for labor to make sure that they take clear steps towards operationalization of this collective bargaining agreement. Even for wages, they say they are going to set up an interministerial team. In fact, they informed that meeting that they have a directive from His Excellency the President that he would wish to address conclusively the matter of salary enhancement for all public officers. And they indicated to us in that meeting that they are working on a comprehensive paper which they are presenting to Cabinet September. So, that was the spirit. Now, today I've learned, I'm shocked, that
after meeting
in spite
the weekend on Friday,
of all that effort that we have all invested and keeping our doors open, UNATO still thinks that it's the Ministry of Education, or individuals think it's the Ministry of Education that is denying them or telling them they cannot get a salary increment. Far from the truth. We have put in place a machinery, and we ended actually the meeting of Friday calling for continuous dialogue between all parties. And we said by 27th, which was the cut-off, I think, date they had given, we should sit together to assess progress, and they should also be able to see that from the time we met on 15th, since then, a lot has happened. This and this and this has happened. We said there are landmarks that should help both parties measure what progress has been achieved and to indicate the willingness on the part of government to address the concerns of teachers. What I think is difficult for them to appreciate is that you cannot find solutions to many of the issues they are raising in one day, in 1 week, in 2 weeks. And we say what we need to appreciate is that there is a clear commitment on the part of government. We have set timelines. within which we would like to do certain things, and give an indication and confidence to everybody. Honorable Sewungu is a member of Parliament. He knows processes. When the budget is read, it is Parliament that appropriates these funds that government is going to spend. And he knows that government will spend within a given resource that is available. And actually, in that meeting, it was made known to the members we met with, and Mr. Kisekka here was one of them, that to attain a 30% salary increment, incidentally, in their memorandum they presented then, they said they want a 30% increment. I've just given you a copy.
Yes.
Today, they are coming out with a statement saying 100%. They want a 100% increment.
Right.
And we are failing to understand, who do we engage? Honorable Sewungu has just issued a statement. He's told you he's issued a statement.
Yes.
Honorable Sewungu is a member of Parliament. The UNATU issued a statement on Friday.
Yes.
He wants a 100% increment. UNATU is saying we want a 30% increment. Now, can we agree with them? Government is willing at any point in time to continue engaging with teachers through the Ministry of Education to make sure that their concerns are addressed. Even if it's not within our powers, even if it's not within our mandate, at least we have the mandate to advocate for the teachers. Because we would want services, education services, to be delivered in this country with minimum disruption. So I want to give that assurance to all of us here and whoever is listening and the teachers countrywide that will spare no effort to talk to them, to work with them, to whoever has the mandate and the responsibility to address the teachers' concern. Because that is our work.
This is Spectrum on Radio 1. Tonight, teachers threatening strike action. We're going for a break. When we come back, we'll hear from UNATU. Do stay tuned.
Thank you for coming to the executive suite, madam. My name is Richard, the executive banker, and I'm here to handle all your banking needs.
Oh, really? Thank you. I noticed you don't have any queues here.
No, Mrs. Asio, we do not.
Oh, wow. You even know my name?
But of course, madam. Today we are offering you a current account with a Gold Visa debit card, home loans with attractive rates, Gold Visa credit cards, and unsecured personal loans.
All that for me?
Yes. In addition, we can offer you internet banking so that you can access our services from anywhere, even your home.
Oh, this is too much. What else will you give me now? Chai?
Experience executive banking at Stanbic Bank.
Excuse me, madam. Your cup of chai?
Ask about executive banking at your nearest branch or visit our executive banking suite in Nakasero Towers, Forest Mall at Lugogo, Garden City, Ntinda, Makerere, Mbarara, Mukono, Mbale, Lira, and Gulu.
Stanbic Bank. Moving forward.
Hi, I've got just 30 seconds to list all the destinations in Africa served by Kenya Airways out of Nairobi. Abidjan, Accra, Addis Ababa, Bujumbura, Cairo, Cotonou, Dakar, Dar es Salaam.
He's never going to make it. Kenya Airways covers 70% of all destinations in Africa alone and several more worldwide. If you're starting from Uganda, there is no rush because Kenya Airways operates the most frequencies every day from Entebbe to the hub in Nairobi. So you can pick up any of these connections at your own convenience.
Johannesburg, Kigali, Kinshasa, Lagos, Lilongwe, Lusaka, Lubumbashi.
Kenya Airways, the pride of Africa.
Several times up.
Malabo, Mauritius, Mombasa.
The art of crafting a jewel as experienced by the brewmaster.
Under the exacting international standards at Nile Breweries, he uses only the finest, most carefully selected grains of roasted crystal malt and sets in motion the delicate process of releasing their full roast. The result is a world-class beer with a fresher aroma, a richer golden color, and a maltier taste. It isn't every day that you find yourself with a precious jewel in your hand and the distinction of having produced it as well.
Nile Gold Crystal Malt Lager. Beyond an ordinary malt.
Spectrum on Radio 1 FM 90 is brought to you by Stanbic Bank.
Welcome back on Spectrum tonight. Teachers threaten strike action. What reasons are they advancing to justify this action? Our guests tonight, Hon Joseph Sewungu, Kalungu West Member of Parliament and the former Vice Chairman of the Uganda National Teachers Union, or UNATU, Mr. Agrey Kibenge, spokesman for the Ministry of Education and Sports, and Mr. Experito Kisekka, in charge of welfare and disputes at the Uganda National Teachers Union. You'll be able to call in later to contribute to this discussion or even ask questions. You can also send messages via text. Type the word Spectrum in your phone browser, leave a space message, question or comment, send it to 7197. That is Spectrum body, that's the message, question and whatever, with your address, and send it to 7197. Mr. Kisekka, you sit down with this gentleman, you agree on 30%, you agree on a framework. Then somebody else comes, the member of parliament comes and says 100%, you're saying 30%. Who should they listen to?
Now, that's very good. That's a very good question.